nervous.
It's going to be so great. It's going to be so great.
Okay, good.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Yasa. I'm a violinist, and in this pandemic, I started this channel to bring more awareness in this world and to introduce you to different countries, different cultures, and maybe widen your horizons a little bit. And I'm inviting my dear friends to join me in this journey. Today, I'm introducing you to a beautiful woman, an amazing friend of mine, a Colombian girl. Her name is Dora. She's a beautiful singer and a masseuse, for that matter. And Dora will tell us a little bit about her home country, Colombia, today. Hi, Dora.
Hi, Yasa. How are you? This is so exciting. Oh my goodness.
I know. I'm so happy you're joining me. And actually, I call you Dorachka, right? Because this is how we do it in Russia. So, okay. So you moved to United States. You finally speak English. What was the first cultural shock you experienced when you moved here? What was the first thing that have been very different from what you experienced in Colombia?
Well, something funny, okay. Eggs.
Really? Eggs are so different, huh?
Oh my God.
You guys don't have eggs?
I couldn't eat eggs for like 2 months.
Ooh.
I couldn't get that flavor, the eggs here. Oh my, it I don't know. It tasted bad. It tasted like alcohol or something. I don't know.
Really?
It tasted bad. It was bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. In Colombia, we had much fresher food,
Mm-hmm.
and back then, back then, my dad didn't have a farm. For the past 15 years, maybe 12 years, he's had a farm. So he grows a lot of the food that we eat in my house. My mom and my dad grows at the farm, right? But we always had, of course, smaller city, and there's a lot of green, and I live in the mountains. I come from the mountains. My city is in the mountains, pretty much.
What city?
The coffee region, where the coffee.
What's the name of your city?
Pereira.
Mm-hmm.
Pereira. Yes. So, raised chicken. My dad knew people who raised chickens and hens and all that. So we got chickens and hens from them, and then the eggs too. So they were really fresh eggs,
Mm-hmm.
And then I came here, and the first breakfast I had here, I almost threw up. It's like, what is this? No.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So food is
very different.
I love cooking. My family we're very big foodies.
Dorita, what's your favorite Colombian dish? Can you walk me through it?
That's so hard. That is so hard. Okay. So I love like red bean soup, or is the name for the people of my region. Paisa. Yeah. So Paisa, from the region, from the mountains, pretty much. We're called Paisas, people, that come from that region. So
how do you make it?
I lost my train of thought. Yes. So it's red beans, okay, with, of course, water. You cook it, with onion and garlic, whatever. But then it's kind of thick. It's not watery soup. It's kind of thick. And then you put, so it's a big tray, the way they serve it there. It's a tray where you put the beans here, rice, sweet plantains, and then meats and eggs. So a fried egg, you have beef, you have pork, chorizo. You know chorizo.
It's meat, right? It's kind of
Chorizo. It's beef. I think it's beef. So it's like a sausage, right? So you have that, and then sweet plantains, and then avocado. I mean, it's a bunch of things. It's so many things.
Delicious. Oh my goodness.
It is. And my mom makes it like nobody else. Oh my goodness.
Dorita, do you find the Colombian food here in the United States is very different than actual Colombian food in Colombia?
Well, actually, here where I live right now, there is not one single Colombian restaurant. Okay.
So. Where are you right now? North Carolina?
Yes, in Greensboro, North Carolina. I've heard there is a lot of Mexican here. Yes, Mexican. But there is not like a Colombian restaurant like you guys have down there in Miami. So many and so good. And you froze.
So you would say that the food is pretty similar? The way we cook it here is pretty similar to Colombian?
Yes, it's not that they were, especially if you go to a Colombian restaurant where they cook Colombian, you know. And in Miami, there's several. There's so many good Colombian restaurants.
Talk to me about desserts. My favorite thing is in life talking about desserts and looking at desserts. What's desserts like in Colombia?
In Colombia, let's see. We have arroz con leche, which is like rice pudding.
Oh wow!
Yes, rice pudding. My grandma used to make with, what's that name? It's like a pumpkin kind of vegetable, but with cane sugar. And the way we have the sugar there, it's called panela. I actually have some in the kitchen. Panela is this, because there is an international market here. It's called a G-Mart, and it's mostly Chinese, but they have some Colombian stuff too, and like Latin foods and stuff. So I went there yesterday and got some arepas and Colombian stuff. So with that sugar, which is really hard, like a hard round thing like this, or pure cane sugar, before sugar is refined, it's like brown, dark, like really dark. Okay, so my grandmother used to put that to melt that with this kind of pumpkin thing, and would make that, or out of any fruit actually, she would make that. And that's how she made the like homemade desserts.
Delicious.
They're so good. So good.
And do you take it with coffee? You guys big on coffee, or is it tea?
Well, we are. Oh, yes. I mean, yes, we are. I'm drinking coffee right now.
I'm drinking tea. Do you like tea, Dora?
My dad's coffee, though.
Do you drink tea? No?
Sometimes. Sometimes. Yeah, I like drinking tea too. Yes.
I noticed that people don't really know that about Russia, but actually Russia is one of the biggest tea countries.
Really?
We know that British drink tea with their milk, right? 5 o'clock. We know that Indians like tea, right? But actually Russia, I would say the biggest tea country. We drink tea all the time. That's our drink.
Huh.
See, you didn't know that, right?
I didn't.
Yeah,
no, I
don't
didn't.
Put milk, no milk, just tea with honey and lemon, maybe.
Like what kind of tea?
Anything, green tea, black tea. Well, my choices are less healthy. Like I like gourmet stuff with chocolate and cinnamon and vanilla. You know, all kind of absolutely over the top mixes. But green, black tea. Usual choices, maybe with a little bit of honey, maybe with the lemon. with a
Okay.
little bit of lemon. That's like everyday drink for us. Hot tea.
Yeah, in Colombia, tea is very rare. Like,
Very rare. See?
I don't think my mom still I never saw tea in my house. Never.
Very different.
No, it was coffee at first, but
And we have another
coffee and chocolate. Coffee and chocolate.
chocolate, of
We're
course.
big in chocolate, hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate. We have an alternative to that. We call it chicory or tsikori. It's a drink too, and the taste similar to coffee, but it's not. It's chicory. Darita, you going back sometimes to Colombia, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you haven't been for a year, you said?
Since last year, since last December.
Do you know how they're doing there with the pandemic?
It's so bad right now. Like in my city, at least, they have reached the peak. And one of my cousins is a doctor at the hospital. Mm-hmm. And she was, of course, we have another group on WhatsApp. We know all the family. She was telling us, the ICU's bed it's 100%. They cannot take anybody else now, and a lot of people are dying. It's very bad right now. Very, very, very bad.
Do they have measures in place? Do people wear masks?
Oh yes. Yes. But still, so people they keep doing parties at home and going out to buy and to like nothing happened, and although you see people with masks and everything, I mean, it's like hundreds of people. You have like everywhere else, you have people who follow rules, and then you have those who don't. Mm-hmm. So right now it's just very bad, and they're trying to, and they have the same how do you call it? What you can curfew mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. every day. But I was watching videos the other day of people who are not even following that, and they're throwing parties, and then the police come, and then they stop the party, and then as soon as the police go, they start again. It's like, I mean, I don't know.
If you want to visit now, can you technically go?
Yes, I could. Yeah. I don't want to.
Do you know if they have vaccine available? Do you know if they will start vaccinating anytime soon?
That's interesting. I don't know. I need to ask my cousin. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they're starting to get vaccinated. And of course, medical personnel, doctors and nurses, they'll be the first ones. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how long it's going to take for them to get the vaccine.
Mm-hmm. They're starting vaccination here. Some of my doctor's friends already got it. So hopefully. Are you hopeful for the vaccine to work?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I really hope with all my heart it's a good vaccine, and it's a good thing, that they're doing. that's all.
In this time of pandemic, as musicians,
I don't think I'm gonna get it. I don't think I'm gonna take the vaccine. I mean, here I've never had the flu vaccine. I've never taken a shot here. In the States, in the 23 years I've been living here, the flu shot, never had it. I never had the flu, but I am convinced now that I did have COVID back in 2018.
Really?
Yes. I've never been to the doctor until that time. Mm-hmm. And I was here already studying here at UNCG.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so sick. I was working as a massage therapist. I still do, but I was giving a massage, and I remember feeling all of a sudden this thing on my throat, like an itch or something, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what was that? And that was like at 7:30 p.m. And then when I got home at 10:30, we closed at 10. I got home at 10:30. I could barely bend over to take my shoes off. I was in so much pain. So like in 3 hours, mm-hmm. from just having a tickle in the throat, I went from that to like feeling pain all over my body. Mm-hmm. And then I went to bed, and that night I couldn't breathe because it was so painful to even breathe. The air that would, come in, it was painful. It was so bad. And I felt like I was burning, and I took my temperature. I was not registering a temperature, but I felt like I was burning. And then that cough, oh my goodness, it lasted for like a month, and I would do everything. I do, how do you call that? Steaming. I have a personal steamer that I do, which is the best thing for the throat. Is the best you could do for your throat. Mm-hmm. Just, warm, it's hot water and steams, and you inhale that. And that's how I clean my lungs, because you inhale that vapor, which is water, and you can put like camphor they sell at CVS pharmacy or whatever. And you inhale that, and it opens your lungs, and it's a great thing to do. So I was doing that every day, even 2 or 3 times a day, and the phlegm would not stop. It was constant. So after 2 days, when that started, after 2 days of me with this headache that would not leave me, and I was miserable, I told my husband, I'm going to go to the doctor. I felt that bad. In 23 years, I had not been to the doctor. And I'm like, I have to go. I don't know, but I can't even open my eyes. My head hurts so bad. So I went to the doctor, and I told him everything. And he's like, oh, well, you got the flu. So they did the flu test, that horrible test, the nasopharyngeal, whatever, swab, like, oh my goodness. And it came out negative. And the doctor was like, how's this possible? How's this possible? You have all the symptoms of the flu, but your test came out negative. He's like, maybe another kind of flu. He just said it like that, maybe another kind of flu. Mm-hmm. But we didn't know. I mean, this was back in 2018. But now seeing all the symptoms of the flu, I had them all. Mm-hmm. So I think I don't know what else.
Do you want to do antibody tests now to see if you have antibodies?
No, I hate needles. Okay, so if they're going to poke me with a needle, it's okay. I don't need to know. So I'm not gonna go.
I'm sorry you went through this, my dear.
But that at all costs.
Mm-hmm. But at least I'm glad you already had it. Listen, Dorita. So now being here for 23 years, would you still make the same choice? Would you still come here as a student and stay here if you knew everything what happened afterwards? Would you still make the same choice?
I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure.
It's hard to be an immigrant, right?
It's so hard.
Especially first generation like us. I understand that probably second, third generation would be much easier, but first generation is really freaking hard, right?
Really, really hard. It's very hard. We have to put up with so much stuff, I mean, we came in as immigrants, you and I. So right off the bat, we are minorities, and we are treated as minorities. You know, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. You know, you're trying to dig a place for you. You know, mm-hmm. And I feel like you have to prove yourself even more.
Right.
You know, to earn anything.
Right.
You know, you have to prove that you are worthy of taking that job, or, you know, just because you weren't born here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was very difficult. I had never experienced that in my life when I came, you know, before I came to the States. Mm-hmm. So because you know, in Colombia, I had a great singing career back then, when, you know, right before moving here. And then I moved here, and it was like starting from like minus, you know, not even from zero, but like minus, mm-hmm. You know, mm-hmm. Without language, without friends, without anybody. And not even the music that I was making there, I could make it here, because I was singing folk music in Colombia. You know, I had a long career singing Colombian folk music. And so I was quite well known at a national level there because of all the competitions I won, you know, recitals, concerts here and there, you know. Mm-hmm. And then you go somewhere where you can't be that anymore. You know, so you have to create, you know, yourself again, reinvent, just like we're all doing now. I've done that a couple times in my life.
That's a great skill to have, though. I think with our strength that we built by moving countries, I think we kind of ready for this pandemic and for anything that comes our way, right? We're ready to reinvent ourselves again and again, and we're ready to find new inspirations and stream of income and stream of inspirations, and we're ready for anything. I think we are so strong for doing this and for what we've done and been through. And I think it's a great quality to have the strength, right? And the adaptability, and this makes for a great story that you can tell your grandchildren and you can tell our listeners here. I want to tell you, my dear, that I admire you for your strength, for your beauty, for your talent, for your kindness, that I treasure you in my life, that I'm so grateful to have you in my life, and to always be able to say hello, and always know that I will get a kind word and a smile from you and help if I need. And please know that I'm here for you always. And Happy New Year.
Oh, yes, you're going to make me cry. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for this interview, dear.
No idea much. Like, you are some of the people who I really miss. I miss you and Darren so much, you know. I mean, we made great music together several times, you know, and that I will always cherish that. Like, some of my fond memories, my most beautiful and fun, because we had so much fun making music, you know. With you guys, it's fun, you know. It's the spirit, you know, when the spirit moves us, you know, and that connection that the three of us had those couple of times of those performances, it was just amazing. I will never, ever forget that. And I haven't found that with many people, really.
Same here. It's very rare. And we are on the same wavelength line.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm forgetting all my English. Dorotchka, I'm going to let you go. Thank you again so much for this interview. Guys, please like and subscribe if you want to see us again. And from the bottom of our hearts, we just wish you a very, very happy new year, and hopefully 2021 will be a better one.
Hopefully. Yes. And we're ready. We're ready to take on whatever we need to, right?
Exactly. We're going to be strong.
Yes. I love Yasita. Thank you so much.
Love you, Dorita. Thank you again.